Okay, everyone, we'll call the meeting to order. I was just comparing the time on my cell phone to the time on the clock, and actually the clock is 40 minutes fast, just for your information. But we're not going to worry about that. So I'd like to call council meeting number 13, May 2, 2023 to order. I will on behalf of council, recognize that we meet on the traditional territory of the LHTAKO DENE. Approval of the agenda. Council has, or pardon me, staff has given me notification of 8 agenda changes. I'm a tricky kind of a guy, and I'm actually there are 8, and I found some more, and it. In fact, this sets a new Guinness Book of World Records for late agenda items. And I'll start at the top of the list. And one is the minutes. We don't have any minutes to adopt tonight. Late agenda item under I, Committee Reports, April 2-5, Financial and Sustainability and Audit Committee Chair Summary. Item number I2, which is, excuse me, the April 20 Policy and Bylaw meeting summary. That is postponed. And here's one the staff didn't know about, and that is that item number J1, the CRD report, is going to be delivered by Councillor Roodenburg because she was sitting in on that meeting as my alternate. Late agenda item under K, city staff reports, UBCM, Urban Communities Partnering for Reconciliation grant application. Late agenda item K, city staff reports 4, OCP and zoning amendment for 668 Doherty Drive. The bylaw is lapsing. Late agenda attachment under N, bylaws. Number 1, City of Quesnel Financial Plan, bylaw number 1937 of 2023, final adoption. Schedule B is now handed out and in front of you and now part of your agenda package. And late item attachment N, bylaws. Bylaw number 1943, City of Quesnel Zoning Amendment, Bylaw 1943 of 2023, final adoption. And that is it for the late agenda items. So now we will move to, we have no presentations, we have no delegations, no business arising, no unfinished business. We're going to go now to first late attachment under committee reports, April 2-5, 2023, Financial Sustainability and Audit Committee Chair report, Councillor Vic to report.
Just prior to that.
I'm sorry, did I miss something?
We just need a mover and seconder for the adoption or for the approval of the agenda.
Okay, can we get a mover and a seconder? Sorry about that. Okay, moved by Councillor Runge, seconded Councillor Goulet. Any discussion? All in favor? Carried. Sorry about that. Now we will go to I1. I'm not going to read it all over again. The FSAC meeting of April 2-5. Councillor Vic.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Sorry about the late submission. There's not a heck of a lot in this report. We handled most of it at our last council meeting, specifically pertaining to the draft audit report from KPMG. But we did talk about permissive tax exemptions. This is the year where we're examining our exemptions, both to nonprofits and places of worship. In our last FSAC meeting of the 25th, we talked about the nonprofits. We reviewed the current policy to see if there were any changes that were required. We felt there were none, and we have a recommendation to follow. We also reviewed our tax rate bylaw, which again we covered at the last council meeting. And that's about it. So I'll move a recommendation that the Finance, Sustainability and Audit Committee recommends the permissive property tax exemption policy CCR 12 to council with no changes.
Okay, that is moved by Councillor Vic and seconded by Councillor Runge. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you, Councillor Vic. The next item on the agenda is, actually, we're postponing the April 20th, 2023 PABCON, Policy and Bylaw Committee Chair Summary, until a future date. Council reports and discussion items, and this is the April 14, 2023 Cariboo Regional District Board highlights. I'm going to go to Councillor Roodenburg.
Thank you. So you have the board highlights before you. A few to just point out. On the Thursday at their Committee of the Whole, they had the Tutsil and Williams Lake First Nations come and talk about archaeological sites and how to work together for heritage conservation of those sites in and around their communities. You'll see that funding has been approved through their hospital district to purchase pieces of equipment for 100 Mile, and also look at the foundation partnership grants. Lots of discussion around Agricultural Land Commission. That's always a hot topic with the regional district, and trying to figure out how to work collaboratively with the ALC and with those community members who'd like to do other things outside of agricultural purposes on their land. I think that the big topic of the day was the changes to directors' remuneration. As you read through the highlights there, it's been over 20 years since they've last increased their stipend, and so this particular increase, even though it is a fair chunk of change from what they now presently receive, barely puts them in the middle range of regional district boards across the province. So that will be finalized at their next meeting. And again, Community Works funding pieces were allocated to various projects across the region. If there's no questions, just a motion to receive.
Yes, so thank you. That's moved by Councillor Roodenburg and seconded by Councillor McKelvey. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you, Councillor Roodenburg. Now I will go to City Staff Reports, Admin Report number 55B/23, Temporary Use Permits, Icon Homes, Highway 97 North. Director Turner to report.
I'm sorry, Mayor, I'm just going to grab it. Is there a paper agenda up there? My computer's not working, sorry. Oh, there we go. Thank you. The purpose of this report is to prove not the Royal Canadian Legion. He couldn't turn it to the right page. Wow. No, thank you. The purpose of this report is the application for the use for refurbishing and rebuilding modular office units for an application on an empty lot along Highway 97 North. The proposed lot does not meet regulations under the C4 zone, so we've discussed this prior about bringing a temporary use permit to light. The applicant wishes to operate manufacturing business on an empty lot on Highway 97 North. They're requesting a temporary use permit for the use that's not permitted by the current zone. The temporary use may be authorized for up to 3 years. Staff are recommending the temporary use permit to review with specific use prior to making amendments to the zoning bylaw. With respect to, I'm not going to go into detail in the project information, as we did have some discussions on it in a previous meeting. The applicant has submitted a site plan that staff has reviewed. There was some discussions back and forth about different things that were to occur on the lot. We did make it consolidated to the uses that he is recommending here. There is a justification letter as part of this package from the applicant. The recommendation from council or from staff is that council approves the temporary use permit application for 3 years on Lot 1, District Lot 346, Cariboo District Plan 6073 for use of refurbishing or rebuilding modular office units, including sales and rentals of these units, subject to the following: maintaining the grass and vegetation on the site, keeping the site clean, and the site shall not be used for additional storage not specified in the site plan provided.
Okay, thank you, Director Turner. Mover, Councillor Runge, second. Councillor Roodenburg, thank you. Got it. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Okay, the next item is admin reports 63/23 Royal Canadian Legion Branch Number 94 Dock Project. Director Norburn to report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The purpose of this report is to obtain approval from Council to assist the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 94 by providing short-term financing so that the branch can complete a project to install a new dock at Legion Beach. The branch is planning to purchase and install a new accessible and expanded dock at Legion Beach, which will improve access to the lake for both the community and visitors and increase use and attract special events to the region. The branch has obtained multiple grants to fully fund the project for a total cost of approximately $93,500. While the branch has received some of these funds in advance, unfortunately, they won't receive all of the grant funding until after the project is complete and the final reports have been submitted, resulting in a situation where the branch has obtained sufficient funding to undertake a project, but has insufficient cash on hand to complete the work. The branch has requested that the city provide bridge financing for a portion of the project cost, $53,500, so that they can complete the work planned. A loan of this nature is permitted under the community charter, provided the city provides notice in accordance with the charter. If council supports providing the branch with a short-term interest-free loan to complete the project, the city will post notices in accordance with the community charter. Once the notice requirements have been met, staff will prepare and enter into an appropriate written agreement with the branch to establish terms and conditions for the loan. This is something we've done recently with the curling center. Financial implications. The loan is expected to have no net impact on the city budget other than the loss of interest on funds and minor costs that would be incurred to provide notice, which can be absorbed within existing budgets. The recommendation is that council approve the City of Quesnel providing a short-term interest-free loan of up to $53,500 to the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 94 to provide bridge financing for the dock project at Legion Beach in Quesnel, with the understanding that the branch will fully reimburse the city for the loan, and that council directs staff to provide notice of the city's intent to provide assistance to the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 94 in accordance with Article 24 of the Community Charter, and that the authorized signatory for the city be approved to duly execute an agreement for the loan with the Quesnel Legion after notification has been made in accordance with the Community Charter.
Okay, thank you for that. Councillor Runge moving. Councillor Vic second. Just full disclosure, I am a member of the Legion, but I don't see that I'm in any conflict. I'm not on the executive. So there we go. So any discussion? Councillor Runge.
Well, just that we note in our that last paragraph there that we change it from Quesnel Curling Club to the Quesnel Legion, which I think Jeff already picked up on.
Good catch. Okay, so anything more before I call the question? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you, Council. The next is a late item that was handed out, and this is the UBC Urban Communities Partnering for Reconciliation Grant application, and I'm going to go to the Director of Development Services for this one.
Thank you, Mayor. The purpose of this report is to gain council's approval to apply for the Union of BC Municipalities grant under the Urban Communities Partnering for Reconciliation Fund. The grant is an opportunity for the city to leverage the upcoming Vulnerable Population Service and Housing Options Review by creating additional opportunities to present the options available once the review is completed. The intent will be to strengthen relationships with local First Nations and community support groups. This event will be another step in the ongoing reconciliation efforts while addressing the vulnerable population's needs within the communities.
Okay.
I'll go for questions if you like.
So we've got the recommendation. Is there any questions? So on the recommendation, move Councillor Runge, seconded Councillor Roodenburg. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you, Council. Next item is another late item, and this is OCP and zoning amendment for 668 Doherty Drive. The bylaw is lapsing, and we're going again to the Director of Development Services on this one.
Thank you, Council. And this report was provided here and late because we really wanted to give the opportunity for the proponent to have another opportunity to request an extension. That's the real purpose of this being here. We have not heard from the proponent, so as the recommendation states that we recommend that Council approves defeating the official community plan bylaw or community plan amendment bylaw number 1912 and zoning amendment bylaw 1913 following the May 3rd deadline to submit plans or request an extension.
Thank you. Just a point of order there. Do we require two bylaws because we are defeating two bylaws, or can it all be done in one resolution?
It can be done in one resolution.
Okay, I will entertain that resolution. Councillor McKelvey is firsting it, and Councillor Roodenburg is seconding it. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you, Council. Okay, we have nothing under council information package, nothing under correspondence. Now we move to bylaws, and this is bylaw number 1937, City of Quesnel Financial Plan, bylaw number 1937 of 2023, final adoption. There is a late attachment, and that is Schedule B to that bylaw. Director of Financial, do you want to report to that, or are we good to move on?
Yeah, it was just missed in the agenda. It was in the agenda last week when you did the first couple readings.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So I'm now looking for a motion on that bylaw. Moved Councillor Vic, seconded Councillor Goulet. Any discussion? What would you like, Alderman? What would you like, Councillor Runge? You winked at me. You want to say something? I know you do. Okay, so we have discussion. No discussion. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. You were just trying to trick me. I know that. Bylaw number 1938, City of Quesnel Tax Rate Bylaw number 1938 of 2023. Final adoption, please. Mover. Moved Councillor Roodenburg, second Councillor Vic. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Bylaw number 1942. City of Quesnel Official Community Plan Amendment Bylaw 1942 of 2023. Final adoption. Mover. Councillor McKelvey, Councillor Goulet. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. The next one is, did I miss the tax? No, I didn't miss the tax. Did I miss the tax rate bylaw? No? Okay, I'm good. So now we're going to bylaw number 1943, City of Quesnel Zoning Amendment Bylaw number 1943 of 2023, final adoption, and there is a late attachment. Is there any staff reporting on that late attachment?
No, Mayor, just for your information, the reason why it was a late attachment is because Ministry of Highways had to sign off on it, so they were just a bit delayed on it, so that's the only reason.
Okay, thank you. Mover, Councillor Vic, Councillor Runge, seconded Councillor Roodenburg. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Bylaw number 1945, City of Quesnel Growing Communities Reserve Fund, bylaw number 1945 of 2023, final adoption. Mover, Councillor Runge, Councillor Goulet. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. And the last item under bylaws is bylaw number 1946, City of Quesnel Fire Protection, Prevention, and Emergency Service Amendment, bylaw number 1946 of 2023, final adoption. Mover, Councillor Vic, or Councillor Runge, Councillor Roodenburg. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. I don't know why I get you guys two so mixed up. You are so different. Okay. We have no new business. We have No information, or we have information in question period, no changes to upcoming meeting schedules, no changes to committee appointments, announcements, future events. Councillor Tony Goulet.
Thank you,
Trying
Mr.
to hurry
Mayor.
here.
Thank you. Just quickly, I have two, if I may. One, you'll be getting an invite to the National Day of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls. It's on Friday, May 5th, be at 9 a.m. to 3. They're going to start at the Women's Memorial Monument at 9. There'll be a walk and some drumming, and then they'll have a bit at Spirit Square. Then they will be taking over to the Friendship Center for a spaghetti lunch at 12, and there'll be guest speakers and people, and everyone's invited. That's Friday, May 5th from 9 till 3. The poster will be coming out. We just finished getting it printed, so it will be coming out to everybody's inbox. The other is a Moosehide campaign for 2023, Thursday, May the 11th at UNBC. It'll start at 9. It'll be at the UNBC. There'll be a walk over from the UNBC to the Friendship Center, and at 1 o'clock at the Friendship Center, they'll be honoring students who are taking the pledge with a round dance and a feast, and you can contact the Friendship Center, and everyone's invited for that as well. So it starts at 9 at the UNBC. So those will be coming out to everybody's inboxes, so thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Goulet. Anyone else? Okay, gallery questions. Anybody in the gallery? Okay. Well, if we have no gallery questions, I guess we look for a motion to adjourn. Councillor Vic, Councillor Runge. I saw that. Thank you. All in favor? Carried.